right, good morning. I'd love for you to quiet down. Thank you for coming. Nice to see everybody here. Shh. Okay, this is a wonderful opportunity to hear a pretty darn good speaker. His name's Mr. Hawkins, and he will be on stage in a moment. But first, I want to introduce Karen Gramling, who is president of CASA, Community Against Substance Abuse, and a parent of teenagers. And she's going to introduce Keith Hawkins for you. Thank you for coming, and thank you for showing your respect.
Good morning. I also want to thank you for giving up your tutorial this morning for what we hope is going to be a very worthwhile next half hour. As Ms. Grassi said, I'm Karen Gramling. I'm the chair of CASA this year, but I'm also a mom of 3 teenage boys, and with my mom hat on, I want to tell you why we have hired the speaker to come and talk to you today. We care about you as parents, and we care about the choices that you make, and we want to help you in whatever way we can. So that's why we do things like this. So without any further ado, I want to introduce our speaker, Keith Hawkins. He's a national youth speaker, travels all over. I think last week he was in New York, and a couple days ago he was in Texas, but now he's in Los Gatos, and he's going to talk to you. Thanks so much for being a great audience.
Here we go, class of 2014. Look at the person on either side of you. Look at them and say these words. Say, today is your lucky day. Wait. Look at them and tell them why. Tell them because you get to sit next to a good-looking person right now. Go ahead and tell them. Here we go. Everybody clap once. Everybody clap twice. 3 times. Holla once. Nice.
Wait a minute, that was cool. Yesterday with the freshmen, I said, holla once, and they did this. Ah!
And I'm looking at them like this. Don't you ever do that again.
The sophomores are throwing it up. I saw sophomores out there going like this.
Holla. That's good. That is good.
Let me say this up. You probably heard about it. I know the manager, my DJ back there, heard about it. So let me just say this. Yesterday I came out here and I was like in shock. I looked around and the first thing I said was this. There is not a lot of black people here. And you should have saw the freshmen were like this. And then I saw people in the back who don't think I can see them was looking at me like, he said black people. Man, they were so stricken by what I said, it's all good other than people staring at me. You know what? My wife is going to ask me later on, how was Los Gatos? How was the morning session? And I said, honey, you know what? I was with them. They kept looking at me. Why? There's not a lot of black people there. You didn't say that in front of anybody. Yes, I did. I said it in front of the whole class. They're never going to invite you back. I said, no, I got away with it. She goes, how did you get away with it? I said, it's all good. I feel like a chocolate chip and a cookie. As soon as I said that, you should have saw people like, I got 3 girls over here going, he said chocolate chip.
You know what? We're going to have a great time. I do want to say this. Clap once.
Before I say this, let me just speak about the mom who came up here. I know her son is in here.
Yeah, that's your mama. Her son is in here, and then there's a couple other parents, and their sons in here. Let me just say this. First of all, when the mom got up here and she said, I have to wear my mommy's hat, I heard it get real quiet in here and a lot of respect. First of all, I have a lot of respect for you if that was you getting respectful for these ladies, because all this is, in this little short amount of time, is parents, not just moms, but dads, please look over here, who care about you, and they want you to be safe, and they want you to live. And it's kind of crazy because I know their grant deals with tobacco, I know it deals with drugs and alcohol, but when she said drugs and alcohol, you guys are like this. Dang, we already heard that. So it's really not the drugs and alcohol, tobacco, that's what we focus on, but really it's about you and your choices. So these ladies over here, along with your community, is going to give me an incredible time to work with you. Now I see you guys are a little different than a freshman. I see people kind of looking at me like, bring it. Well, here it goes.
I know something you don't think I know, but I know it. A sixth grader told me. Denver, Colorado, 5 years ago, he goes, Mr. Hawkins, after assembly, I said, what's up, little man? He goes, I got butt lock. And I said, grown man, little kid, butt lock. I didn't even respond. I just started walking away. I walked away, he came outside, he goes, you don't know what butt lock is? I said, man, if you don't get away from me. He goes, you don't even know what butt lock? I said, what is butt lock? And then he looks at me, he goes, you ever sit for a long time? I go, yeah. He goes, we had to sit and listen to you. I said, you better watch yourself. And then he said, as soon as we stood up, half our butt cheek fell asleep. I said, that's not called butt lock, that's called issues, and that's what you have. Walked over and told the teacher, the kid goes, you ever try walking with butt lock? I said, brother, if you don't get away from me. He goes, I have to chase you down and go, come on, booty, come on. And he started walking towards me. Hey, I didn't laugh at first, Denver, Colorado. When I flew back at home in California, I started to laugh because I figured out what he was saying. Here's what he's really saying. 11 years old. Mr. Hawkins, what? Parents speak to us. Teachers speak to us. We even had speakers like you speak to us. What about it? What about it? We don't even remember what you say. Girlfriend right here. Hey. Laguna, is that Laguna Beach? I work at that high school. Here we go. Who was your last speaker? You know what? Girls are so cool. Fellas, you ever notice girls always stick together unless it's over a guy? As soon as I said who was your speaker, those girls were like this. I was at Canyon High School, 2,800 people in the gym. I said this to a girl. Who was your speaker? She goes, we had I said, you're fine. She goes, no, it was her friend goes like this. Remember the guy we had last year? The girl in front of me goes, what guy? She goes, remember he was funny? She goes, what guy? She goes, he came to our school for Earth Day. I can tell I was in California. He came to our school for Earth Day. The girl stood up. I thought I was at church. She goes, oh yeah! Last year we had a guy for Earth Day. I said, cool. What did you learn? You didn't learn anything. She goes, I did. I said, what did you learn? She goes, Earth. I said, what about Earth? She goes, what do you mean? We're here. Fellas, you notice I don't ask you? You know why? Because I'm a guy, you a guy. We can hide it from girls, but you know we can't hide it from each other. Guys don't even care. Who was your speaker? I don't know. Why not? I don't care. Why are the guys laughing? Because we know it's true. What are you saying to us? What I'm saying to this class 2014 is this. We don't listen to what adults say, not everything. We just follow what they do. Prove me wrong. Here we go. Put your right hand up in the air just like this. Only if you have on deodorant. If somebody don't got on deodorant, break them off like this. You got on some deodorant, go ahead and throw that right hand up. There you go. Start going like this, start going like this. Wait, sophomore girls, don't you go there. Look at the girls in the middle like, hey, that is horrible. Here we go, keep it going. People in the back of the cheap seats, go back this way. Cool, look over here, good. People up front, good looking people. Here we go. Now real quick, put it right under your chin. Cool, now watch this, look at your neighbor, watch this. Girlfriend, is that your chin? Brother, is that your chin? Girlfriend, if that's your chin, that's some scary stuff. When I left my house, we call this a chin right down here. This is the chin. Wait, hands down, hands down. Wait a minute, I'm in Los Gatos and some people try to give me some attitude. I said, put your hands up. I had 5 guys look at me like, you put your hands up. I had to threaten the guys, put your hands up if you have deodorant. All the guys are like, oh man, you got it. Then I said it 5 times. People don't remember what you say, they just follow what you do. Some of you think you're real smart, you're looking at me like, what point is he trying to make? The rest of your vibe is like this. Oh man, this is stupid. And then I said, put it under your chin. You looked at me like you knew something. And then I said, girlfriend, is that your chin? This whole middle section said, hey. So let me say it again. People don't remember what you say. They just follow what you do. You know what? So the biggest thing is not the drugs and alcohol and tobacco. What it is people making choices. But what sucks about the choices in high school, everybody now is normal. Back in the day, you didn't used to be normal. How do you know? Because I got 3 little kids. Any, mini, miny, and it won't be no more. And you used to be just like them.
And you know what? Let me start with the fellas. Fellas, when you're a little boy and someone said, wipe your nose, you looked at your mom like this. Why would I go get tissue when I have my sleeve? Wipe your nose. Ah, look like a glazed donut. Walked around school with a white thing on your sleeve called a snail trail. And ladies, I don't know why you're laughing, because when you were a little girl, you had an imaginary friend. My 8-year-old daughter, Daddy, did you say hi to Brittany? A grown man, nobody there. Oh, look at Brittany! Oh! My daughter, Daddy, Brittany not even over there. She's over here. A grown man. Oh! Ladies, raise your hands if you had an imaginary friend when you're a little kid. Go ahead, when you're a little girl. Hey, you see the girls that don't raise their hands? They don't raise their hands because they still got it. Hands down. Let me go with the boys. Where my fellas at? Fellas, look over here. Remember this? We were boys. Remember this? This fall up front with attitude. She goes, what is that? 5 guys in the back corrected her. They said, man, that's a car. The biggest kid in the school was like, Hot Wheels. When you were a little kid, raise your hand if you used to talk to yourself. You little kid used to talk to yourself. There you go. That's the family. There's the family. Hands down. Sophomores, raise your hands if you still talk to yourself, because that's big. That's big. There you go. Still talk to yourself. Yeah, here we go. Hands down. Wait, we got what? 375 sophomores. I said, raise your hand if you still talk to yourself. 300 people. Yeah. 75 people looking at you like you're crazy. Then they start to go like this. Shh, I don't talk to myself. He's stupid. Raise his hand. He talked to himself. Why are you laughing? Because you were talking to yourself. Wait a minute. Then you got older ladies. Remember elementary school? What was that game with the pole with the yellow ball? Ladies, what was it? Look at you, see girls waking up? Tetherball. Remember girls made a dance out of tetherball? Boom. Hey. Guys, why aren't you laughing? Man, because I tried to kill that ball, but the ball used to hit me back in the face. Remember the big red ball bigger than 2 kindergartners? Where are my Foursquare champions? I know they're Foursquare champions out here in the Bay Area. Where are Foursquare? There you go, baby. Hey, what about kickball? What about kickball people? Kickball, there you go, kickball. Now watch this. Fellas, just my men. What was a favorite game with the big red ball? Look at the fellas. Dodgeball. Man, that was the only time we could hit a girl and not get in trouble. Hey, remember the girl used to try to outrun the ball? Remember the girls were like this? Ah! And they only got hit when they turned around? Ah! And they tried to tell the teacher what happened? Ah! Teacher like, what's wrong with you? The girl was like, ah! And the teacher was so cool, you know what? They knew they couldn't hit you, so they looked at the girl like this. Get back in there. The girl was like, I am hurt. The teacher was like, yeah, you are hurt. That's a friendly game of dodgeball. Shoot, when you were younger like that, no one was normal and you did not need this speech. There's a young man, I saw you yesterday. You don't think I saw you yesterday, but I remember the natural curly hair. His eyebrows just went up like, natural curly hair is sick, and I wish I had it. Young man with the gray sweatshirt, can you please come up here and represent your class? Let's give this young man a big round of applause. Dude, you don't remember me. I saw you walk down the hall and I kind of looked at your style. Some girl hollered at you, you hollered back, and I said, dang! Which is adorable, and then he got girls hollering at him. I was like, dang. Can I just say this? I'm getting over here. One thing I'm claiming, let's say it's a claim. I'm claiming that, you know, in high school, everybody's trying to be normal. What is normal? People want to be accepted and they want to feel like belong with their friends, so that's normal. What is your evidence? My evidence is when people come to high school, you'll notice over time, if you go out to the quad, they'll dress alike, they'll talk alike, they'll laugh alike, they hang out by race, they hang out by gender, they hang out by background, and the crazy thing is this, whenever you tell a school this, they get very defensive. I got people in the back like this. We're gonna get you after school. Some people take it personal, but you're up here with me. You look at my audience, they hang out by gender. It'll be race, it'll be status, the hairs will be the same, the athletes will be together, and all I'm saying is this. There's nothing wrong with that. Guess what? The adults do it too.
Everybody do it. When you laugh at something I say, it makes me feel you accept me, which I love. When you actually look at me when I'm speaking, it makes me feel like I belong here, even though I'm the chocolate chip. And also, let me say this. But one thing I'm saying is this. I know not to do anything and everything you tell me so I can feel like I belong here and so I can be accepted. I know not to do that. But some people in this school, if you look at the statistics, says 80% of the people don't get that. So I'm looking at them going, dang, man, stop being so normal. Be you. Be abnormal. What are you talking about? When you're a little kid, everybody was your friend. Race? I got a 3.5-year-old son. The other day, when my wife was watching me speak, he got away from her because she trusts that kid. I don't. Got away from her, and he went up into the audience, and I heard this. Oh, I looked over. I said, you have to be kidding me. My 3-year-old went and sat, not a girl's lap, sat right into one of the biggest kids' lap. Senior. He was like, hey, man, your son is on my lap. I said, brother, I'm so sorry. Brendan, get out of his lap. He wouldn't move. He goes, why is your son on my lap? I said, brother, he don't know what's going on. He's only 3.5 years old. He goes, I don't care. I said, man, he loves you. He goes, I don't know your son. I said, I know, but he thinks you're human. He goes, man, I am human. I said, well, just love him back. Please look over here. My kid doesn't care what grades you get. He don't care what college you're going to. He don't care how big your home is. He don't know where you come from. He see 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. All he knows is he's supposed to love his race, his human race. So that kid is in his lap. And I looked at this young man. I said, man, you used to be the same way. But now all we do is compare. Talk to the seniors. You hear somebody going, I'm going to this college. Well, I'm going to this college. Good for you. I'm an athlete. Happy. Stop comparing. Sophomores, you're young enough to know, not know, but you're young enough to get this right. Please look over here. When you come up to this school and compare yourself with anybody, somebody always ends up better, and somebody has to end up less. And so to be better, people start, come back. Okay. We're getting this on film too. Let me say this, some people feel to be better, they have to follow other people, and I'm saying that's not true. Let me get back to this young man before you start hanging out like a protesting. Here we go, let me ask you this. I'm telling the family, and I'm calling them the family, even though we don't look alike. The family should tell the truth, and family protect you. Like, family will tell you if you have a booger in your nose. Family will tell you if your skirt is too short. Family will protect you. I've seen parents go like this to the teacher, especially the administration. My son did not do it. He was not drinking alcohol. As soon as the mom get him in the car, why were you drinking? He said, I wasn't drinking. I lied for you. Family protect each other, sometimes to a fault. So let me say this. I'm saying be abnormal. Why? Because when you were younger, you didn't really need the speech. Because can you imagine at 7 years old, somebody, some stranger coming up to you, here, little kid, smoke this. 7? You know at 7, I'm the toughest kid in here who walked in going, this is stupid, which is ironic because what you think is what you become. But let me just say this. The kid that walked in going, this is stupid. 7 years old, you would have been like this. You would have ran so fast, people would have came out, what's wrong? There's a stranger. Get him. Shoot, 6 years old, drink this little alcohol, little girl. Ladies, you know we taught you to kick a stranger. Girls would have ran, Daddy! I'm not even your daddy, I'm just a neighbor. What happened? There's a man who tried to give me alcohol. Get him. So my question for you is this, and just use common sense, and if you could treat them like family and be honest, tell the truth. Do you think there are people up at this high school smoking, drinking, popping pills, people in the community, young people, not even just the high school students, but even at the middle school level, do you think, using your common sense, are people doing that?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yesterday, Austin, the sophomore, freshman, he was like, I think so. I said, brother, tell them the truth. Well, let me ask you this. Do you think that little stranger is going up to the kids going, here, little kid, smoke this? Who's giving it to them? In your opinion? Who's giving young people drugs, alcohol? Who do you think are doing it most?
You definitely picked the wrong guy for this. I have no opinion.
You have no opinion?
I have no idea.
No idea? Okay, watch this.
99.9% of the schools I go to, the students don't even care, so they'll walk up here and go, they're friends. And some schools that have some money, most schools with that kind of money will say even parents. And that is just the truth. And it's not all parents, obviously, and it's not all friends. Please look over here. It's not the stranger. It's people want friends. My whole thing is this. You need to make your choice. I had to tell my daughter last week at 8 years old, because she keeps talking about the same girl at her school, keep doing everything she tells her to do. I said, Cambria, if you don't own your life, Kate will. And then she looked at me and she goes, Daddy, what do you mean? I said, Cambria, if you don't know who you are in school, some girl's going to tell you who you are. And what sucks about that, you might actually believe it. Please look over here. You need to figure out as a sophomore what's a friend and what's real friends. LL, come on up here. Stay right here. Come on up here, LL. Can you video LL and I? You could do it. You Chance. That's you. You're gonna be a great wife. You see that? Gee. Okay, adorable. Sit right there. LL, come right here. Okay, good. You're gonna be a great husband. Do not fall. Marry this one. Okay. Can I say this? LL, I said this. You're a junior. I said you need to figure out what's a friend and what's a real friend. Agree or disagree, I did not say this. I want you to say I agree with it or I disagree with it. A senior told me this, and it ain't gonna hurt my feelings if you disagree because I didn't say it. Before we leave, the kid said this to me. He goes, I love what you said today. I said, why? He said, because it was real. I said, cool. What's up with you? He goes, you know what I figured out about my high school, which has 3,000 people in it, just seniors and junior in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I said, what did you figure out about your school? He goes, Mr. Hawkins, this is all temporary. I said, what? He goes, there's only 3 things permanent. I said, what's permanent? He goes, first of all, education. I said, why education? He goes, you see these girls at our school wearing expensive jeans? And I said to the kid, I go, yeah, I noticed that. He goes, why? I go, man, because I married a woman who likes expensive jeans. He goes, okay. He goes, without an education, it's hard to get a great job to afford those jeans. I felt kind of weird because we're 2 guys talking about jeans. But once I got past that, I was like, education? Cool. Is that true for you? You've been here 3 years. Is education permanent for you?
I completely agree with that statement.
Okay. So there's some people who are sitting down right now who don't live in the district. And there's some people over here sitting down right now who've come 45 miles away to come to this school. And there's a lot of parents who are in a lot of debt who live in this community, but they come here. And the reason why a lot of people are coming here is because of the education. And if you think in 2012 something is more important than education, when I'm in India and I speak like this, they look straight up. And when I'm in China and I say education, they look straight up. Because they know it does not promise them a job, but it does promise them an opportunity. And some of those people in that country does not have the same opportunity you have. If you just focus on the education at this school, it's going to help you make better choices. I did not say that, the young man did. Second thing he said was memories we create. I said, why memories? He goes, man, you had 3,000 people laughing at what we used to do. I said, like what? He goes, tetherball, Hot Wheel, dodgeball, which was cool. I said, yeah. He goes, they haven't did that in 10 years, and you know what? They're still laughing. Obviously, you talked about your sister and the talent she has. I threw you in the mix and said, sweetheart, you have a ton of talent yourself. Obviously, this is your house right here. You created a lot of memories in the last 3 years. Are the memories you created at this school, is it permanent?
100%.
Adorable. Please look over here before we kick rocks and get out of here. Let me just say this. He looked at me, ladies. Got 5 minutes? He looked at me and he said this. The people you help at this school is permanent. I said, why the people you help? He goes, you might forget the people you help at this school, but the people you help at this school, they would not forget you. If that was my son and he was at a party, which I would love for him to be at, I have no problem with that. If one of his boys said, man, I know you don't drink, but we're going to be here all night, and he's like, man, I'll drive. And the kid looks at him again going, man, there's some honeys up in here. Loosen up and drink. And he looks at him like, man, I don't drink. And then his friend comes back with, man, you're supposed to be a friend. I hope my son can look at the kid and go, oh, well. Because the kid should come back with this. Did you just oh, well me? Yeah, man, you're temporary. You ask these women. You ask that man back there. How many friends you still hang out from high school? Most of these people are temporary. And you know what's crazy about the guy shaking his head, disagreeing with me? The same person who's shaking their head, the same person who's disagreeing with me, you can honestly say to me, you know more than my 3-year-old, and you know more than my 7-year-old, and you know more than my 8-year-old because you have more experience and you're older. So how are you disagreeing with me if I'm sitting up here going, most of these adults, they don't hang out with still high school people they went to school with. Education is permanent, and people you help and memories you create and memories you create. So if he's at a party kicking it with some friends, I hope his friends can help him by going, you know what? You don't drink, that's your choice. I respect that. Please look over here. Last thing is this. I said to the guy, why didn't you say friends permanent? He goes, I didn't say friends were permanent because I'm graduating in 25 days. I said, what does that mean? He goes, Mr. Hawkins, I'm going to graduate with 2, maybe 3 real friends. I said, what made them real? He goes, whenever I needed their help, they were always here. If this was all seniors, 50% would go like this. Sophomores and freshmen kind of look at you like, we'll see. Give me one person who's helped you at this school.
My friend Shannon has been there for me, like when I genuinely needed her, when I was like crying my eyes out back at my home or something terrible happened to me, which I can't even remember why it was so bad, but she was there, and they were there when I needed their help. They were always there.
All we're saying before we get out of here 1 minute is this. Take care of your friends. Please look over here because I see a lot of girls going like this. Please look over here. Let me say it this way. Help each other, take care of each other, and make the right choice for you. And for these 2 adorable people, plus Chance, before we clap for them, can you stand up with her because you're tall? Lur, stay right there. If people don't remember what you say, but they remember what you do, let me say it this way. If this canister right here represents a human being, this canister has scratches and it has dents on it, which means that people are not perfect. I was at this drug and alcohol conference a couple of years ago, and the first thing I said was this. I am happy that you're drug-free, but don't look down on those who are not. And the people came up to me afterwards and they said, you're the first speaker that said that. I said, because it's true. How can you help somebody if you think you're better than them? Please look over here. Everything good about who you are. If the water represents who you are and what's good about you, the only reason why I'm saying be different is this. Because I know it's not easy at this school, and it's not easy at any school, but really at Los Gatos, you know, a lot of it is about status, and I'll say it, you don't have to say it. A lot of it is people are comparing themselves with each other, and look over here, a lot of times you're taught to come to this school and be successful. Well, first of all, you are already successful. You need to come up to this school and be significant. This young man who's filming me right now, to this young lady over here, he is significant. Mr. Hawkins, what's the difference between success and significant? If he does not end up successful in his life, she's still going to be his friend. Please look over here. If tragedy, something has happened to this young man, she will be devastated because he is significant to her, because he helped her. And you know what? We all need help. And Keith Hawkins need help. And if you could take one thing out of here, take this. It's not just about tobacco, drugs, and alcohol. It's about you coming up to this school, knowing who you are, and reaching out to those, especially who are different. Dreams do not leave us. but sometimes we leave dreams. One kid said, motivated. I'm not trying to motivate you. I'm trying to get you to give effort. Please look over here. We all make bad choices, but the biggest room in the world is room for improvement. Just learn from your choices. We create habits, and habits will create us. Come up to this school. Create some habits. Create good habits. And you know what? You guys look at this cup, and the first thing I got people in the back going, I got to get me one of the cups. But let me say this. The cup, just remember what I said. What's permanent and what's temporary? Do not do something permanent for somebody who's temporary. Be safe. Thanks for having me. Let's give these guys a round of applause. No. Okay, you guys are out here. Sorry, I'm 1 minute behind. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you.